Hello, hello, hello. This is Aurelia Davis, the educator's educator, coming to you on a Monday afternoon, the week beginning of the week after Thanksgiving holiday. I just hope everybody had a beautiful holiday out there and grateful or good or nice Thanksgiving holiday where you ate up everything. And teachers, I hope you took the time to relax and basically just regroup, getting toward the middle of the year and going toward the end of the year. And just hope you were able to just regroup and think about your classroom, think about your students, things that you would like to do that you hadn't really started on in the beginning of the year, but you would like to do it now, and see how that goes. But I'm coming to you today because of let me show you, because of these my STEM cards for preschool. And as I've been traveling around, people have been asking me, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Okay, well, I'm going to stop jumping it around. Uh, my first purpose was because it's for preschool. Preschool edition is because I have a love for preschoolers. That was my major in college. I majored in college as far as early childhood, meaning that I could teach children starting at the ages, my credentials had me uh, labeled to work with children 0 to 3. But at the same time, I was also, as far as grades are concerned, I can work with children from preschool up to third grade. Preschool up to third grade. That's what my certificate stated. And so I have always been a component that children are never too young to learn. I'll just state it like that. Children are never too young to learn. And so while I was teaching, of course, we had the basic curriculum for early childhood. And it depended on where you were teaching. If you taught for the state or if you taught for the city, there were certain curriculums that were in place. And now that I look back and think about it, that curriculum included science, some technology, some engineering, but it definitely was heavy in science and math. And of course, language arts is what, as far as being a core subject that children need to learn from. Okay. But all of it, when you look at all of those courses together, they sort of all blend in together and mix up and whatever, where you can basically get a lot of engineering, you can get technology, science, and math in anything, even reading and language arts. So when I decided to put the cards together, I'm currently working with a group in Chicago where we're trying to do just that, where we're trying to create schools or create a group. We believe that STEM should be taught from preschool all the way up to high school, through high school. We came to the conclusion that at this time, children need to know as early as 5 and 6 years old what they would like to be, what their career might be, what their career might be. You remember that saying, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? Unfortunately, in some of our cultures and neighborhoods, children don't really know because they don't have any role models to see, as to what being a nurse or being a doctor or being a teacher or being a policeman and those types of careers. So the models are not as heavily in place as they were
Allie and Jones.
before. And what ends up happening is that the children have a tendency of, they'll say, I don't know. You ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And a lot of times they will tell you, I don't know. So STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, is a guidebook for children or young people to decide what they would like to be. Now, I did a little research, and as far as seeing some of the careers that STEM offers, and I'm not going to get into a lot of technical stuff because can get very wordy. But if you're talking about science jobs, it was stated that There are many branches of science, including biology, chemistry, medical science, physics, computer science, biotechnology, so on and so forth, psychiatry. It goes into everything. A lot of titles come under the title of science, come under the title of science. And then when you go into those particular titles, you come up with jobs like, let me see if I can say some of them. Let me see. Let me see. See me see. Um, of course, you can go into any of the health fields, doctors, nurses. That's the science. Doctors, nurses, lab technician, drawing blood. These are things. And so, if a child taps and says he wants to be a doctor, that's basically an invitation for them to go into STEM or to learn about science through STEM. And then, of course, you look at the technology part, and of course, that's just a wide field of computer science and coding and a little bit of everything. So it's the field is open to the point where children can take those four letters. And then, of course, I want to add the arts too, because the arts is very large. That's my favorite part of the STEM, the STEAM, is the arts. The arts is just fantastic. But if you take STEM and you break it down to a preschooler, science, what does science look like to you? What does technology look like to you? What does an engineer? Who is an engineer? What is an engineer? Or what does a mathematician look like? Then you can break down the basic careers that are located within the world or located within the United States. And a child as young as 2 or 3 years old, they're already starting to talk. They're already exposed to so many different, they're exposed to so many different things on television and so on and so forth, that you really can just sort of lead them into a STEM career. Lead them into a STEM career. As long as you connect the words with the careers, then the children will start to see it. I decided that this particular word STEM is not too hard for preschoolers. It's not too hard for preschoolers. S is for science, T is for technology, E is for engineering, and M is for math. And so if you start producing and introducing this particular word to children at the ages of 3 and 4, you would be surprised how they quickly pick it up and decide that they want to investigate it more. And the more they investigate it, the more they start to think about what they would like to be when they grow up, what they would like to do when they grow up. I want to be a scientist. I want to be able to create experiments and things like that. So you keep the language simple enough so that they understand what a scientist does, but at the same time, for them to know that scientists create science, then that basically helps them understand what a scientist is. And so I just said that to say this, that this particular package in this particular box, which can be found on my website, aureliadavis.com, just go on there. And if you purchase this and start talking about about STEM to preschoolers, you'll be surprised how quickly they start to put it in their mindset. And what we want them to do is we want this particular word to be a part of their vocabulary as early as 3rd grade. We want this word STEM to be a part of their vocabulary as early as preschool and kindergarten. And once they start thinking about the word STEM, if you start building on science, technology, engineering, and math on from grade to grade, you'll be surprised. By the time they're in 6th grade, they know exactly what they want to be. Now, does it mean that they won't jump all over the place with careers? No, it does not. But for them to understand that you can be a scientist and you can create great experiments and become medical doctors and so forth. Or you can be go into technology and work with computers and create computer games and do decoding and just all kinds of things with technology. And then engineering, building bridges and creating all kinds of things for the environment that is very, very good for the environment. And then, of course, being a mathematician, if you love working with numbers, going into math would be a gem for them to do. So I said that to say this, that technology, STEM can be introduced as early as preschool. And the earlier you introduce STEM to preschool, the more those students will be able to, visualize what it means to go into science, technology, engineering, and math. So if you haven't picked up your box yet, go on my website, aureliadavis.com, and get your set of cards. I'm sure you're going to enjoy them. And if you have already purchased them, just drop me a note on my website and let me know how things are going with the STEM cards and everything. I want you to share your experiences with them. And like I said before, this is not only for teachers, but parents can use these also with your young children and young students. This is Aurelia Davis, the educator's educator. Come to you just for a little while. I talked about the science part, but I'm going to go a little bit more and give you maybe a little bit more information about the technology part and the type of jobs that can be found within the technology field as far as STEM is concerned. This is Aurelia Davis. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.